Hi guys, welcome back. Guys, let me start this video with a promise. If you learn and implement whatever I am going to teach you in this video in your prelims preparation, then no force on earth can stop you from selection in the prelims examination next year. Yes, I am very serious. No force on earth can stop you from selection in the prelims examination. So guys, we all know that PYQs are very important for the prelims examination. And most of the aspirants who are preparing for the prelims examination, they solve the PYQs. But the problem is that they solve the PYQs in the wrong manner. So what generally aspirants do? Generally, aspirants, they start solving the PYQs at the fag end of the year. Just before the prelims examination, okay, students start solving the PYQs. If you call some of your friends, what are you doing just before the exam? I'm solving the PYQs. As if those same PYQs are going to be repeated in the exam. And most of the mentors just before the exam, they will ask you solve PYQs, solve PYQs, solve PYQs. So this is not the right method of solving the PYQs, because guys, just before the exam, if you are just solving the PYQs, let me tell you, UPSC is not going to repeat the same PYQs. I give you a task, okay, go and solve the last 5 years PYQ and just solve this year's PYQ, and you see how many questions UPSC exactly repeated. UPSC is not going to repeat the same question which it had asked in the last few years. If UPSC exam was so easy, just by solving PYQs, if you can crack the prelims examination, then we will not have lakhs of candidates who are writing the prelims examination in last 3-4 years and not even cracking the prelims examination. So let me be very clear that PYQs are not going to be repeated, okay, exactly in the same manner. But then what is the use of PYQs, you will ask. The use of PYQ is to understand the mindset of the paper setter. The use of PYQ is to understand what is the right direction of your studies. So if you solve the PYQs at the year end, then what will happen? The manner in which you have studied all the books will not be in the same direction in which UPSC is asking questions. But if you integrate the PYQs in your preparation, like for example, when you are studying the polity from Lakshmikant, solve all the PYQs along with your preparation. Or if you are studying geography, or if you are studying environment, solve the PYQs along with the preparation throughout the year. So don't just solve PYQs at the year end. That is not going to help you. Solve PYQs from the very beginning of the preparation. Suppose you read the chapter, okay, historical background of the constitution. Then solve the PYQ. If you solve the PYQs, you will see that UPSC has asked question on 1833, UPSC has asked question on 1858. These are the 1835, these are 1935. These are the favorite topics of UPSC. So you will focus on them more. You will get to know what kind of topics, okay, what kind of elements they are asking on in 1833, what kind of elements they are asking in 1858, what kind of elements they are asking in 1935, so that you can focus on those important points while preparation itself, not at the year end. Okay, so today in this video, I am going to give you a very scientific method of using the PYQs, and if you learn this method and implement this method, it is going to make your prelims preparation very easy. So my name is Santosh Pandey. I have cracked the UPSC prelims examination all 6 times, and I have scored one of the highest marks ever scored by any UPSC aspirant. So all 6 attempts. And let me tell you, the PYQs played a very important role in my selection in all my 6 attempts in the prelims examination. So what I have done is that I have taken one case study, one question from this year's prelims, and I am going to show you how exactly you have to use the PYQs in your preparation itself. And I have framed 2 future year question. Okay, there is something called PYQ, means previous year question, and I have framed 2 future year question which I have put in my lecture test series in the NCERT and advanced test this year. And just I am going to show you how do I frame question, why I am able to predict so many questions every year, because of the thinking process, how I integrate the PYQs in my test series, and how I teach my students to study the like whatever books in the right manner. So let us read this question. So with reference to Indian history, Alexander Ree, A.H. Longhurst, Robert Sewell, James Burgess, and Walter Elliot were associated with. So this is a question which came in 2023 prelims examination, and many of the aspirants got it right also, few of them got it wrong also. Okay, so if you are preparing for 2024, Okay, if you solve this question, so you will get an answer. Okay, the answer to this question was option A. Answer to this question was option A. So you will get the answer and you will move on. Okay, that is not the right way because it has already been asked. So if you expect these people to come again in the exam, they are not going to come. UPSC is not going to repeat this question again next year. Then what is the use of solving the PYQs? The use of the solving PYQs I am going to teach you today. So if you carefully look at the question, if you carefully look at the question, you will see that this question is based on what? Personalities. This question is based on personalities. Okay, the first question is that if I have to use this question to prepare for the future year, so first of all, okay, what UPSC can ask? Okay, they can ask, okay, separately, they can ask any of these personalities separately. So we have to ask ourselves, are these personalities that important? Are these personalities that important? Okay, single personalities, are they important? Okay, so yes, few of them can be important. Okay, for example, Alexander Ree can be important. Okay, separately question can come. So what I can do is that first layer, okay, so I am going to do layer wise study. So first layer of PYQ preparation is what? Layer 1 is that I may do some Google search and I can prepare about these names. Okay, but let me tell you that these names are not that important. Single names are not that important. Together, yes, they are representing some theme, but single name they are not important. But if you want to prepare, you should know exactly why these people were important and what they exactly discovered, okay, during the archaeological excavation. Okay, but that is, I think that is obviously that is not going to come because these names singularly they are not that important. So what we have to do is that layer 2 study. Layer 2 study means what? Layer 2 study is what? That when I read the NCERTs, whenever such kind of British names come together and if they are associated with some theme, means Englishmen coming together, and if they are associated with some theme, then that is very important. Let me show you some examples. So what I have done is that I have taken a snippet of the NCERT book, okay, the new NCERT book. Okay, you can see the new NCERT book. There is one chapter, okay, Native Indians, okay, where basically they talk about the education policy of the British. Okay, so if you see there is one section, the tradition of Orientalism, and here in this, okay, in this section they have talked about few Englishmen who were associated with Orientalism in India. Okay, these Englishmen were associated with, okay, discovering the Indian history. Okay, so you can see here the William Jones, okay, and then you can see here, okay, other names like Henry Thomas Colebrook and Nathaniel Halhed. Okay, these three names were associated with what? They studied the Indian text. On law, philosophy, religion, politics, morality, etc., etc. So they were interested in studying the Indian history. Okay, they were interested in studying Indian history. So they studied Sanskrit and they tried to read Indian text, and they formed one society which is called the Asiatic Society of Bengal. They formed the Asiatic Society of Bengal, William Jones, okay, and started a journal also called Asiatic Researchers. Okay, basically they were busy in discovering the Indian heritage and mastering Indian language and translating the works of Sanskrit and Persian into English. Okay, so all these three names, okay, which is basically what? William Jones, then Henry Thomas Coolbrook and Nathaniel Halhed. Okay, all these together, you see how I framed this question with reference to Indian history. These three names are associated with what? 1857 revolt, archaeological excavation, establishment of Asiatic Society, or construction of Indian railways. You can see how same theme, I have selected the same theme but not the same question. UPSC is not going to ask the same question, but theme is very important. This means what is the theme here? Foreign personalities, British personalities, okay, together associated with something in India, okay, something substantial in India. So this Asiatic Society is very important topic in your modern history, and these three names were responsible for the formation of this Asiatic society, and they were interested in learning about Indian history, Indian heritage, Indian culture, and they played a very important role in translating all the works from Sanskrit and into English. Very important. You see how we selected one theme and then we prepared. So in level 2, which is called level 2, I have another section also. You can see this. Let me just show you. Okay, so when I was reading the old NCERT, this is the old NCERT book. Okay, I was reading the old NCERT book, Formation of Indian National Congress, Indian National Movement. I was reading. You can see here also. You can see they have given names of some Britishers, who became the president of Indian National Congress. Again, I repeat, name of the Britishers who became the president of Indian National Congress. You can, for example, George Yule, William Wedenberg, Henry Cotton. You see, with reference to modern India, George Yule, William Wedenberg, and Henry Cotton were associated with what? Indian National Congress president, archaeological excavation, establishment of Asiatic Society, or construction of Indian railways. You see how beautifully I have searched the entire NCERT, and wherever I got some British names together, some English name together, associated with some theme, I formed these questions. I framed these questions for my lecture test series. So how many of you think the manner in which I am framing the questions for my test series student, this is amazing. Okay, please let me know in the comment box of this video what is your feedback. How am I going in the right direction? Am I thinking in the right direction or not? And is it really helping you? Okay, now I'll go to the level 2. Level 2 is what, guys? Okay, so archaeological excavation. Okay, now I'll go to level 3. Level 3 means what? I'll go to the other options which are not the answer. So here you see establishment of English press in colonial India. So here if you read about establishment of modern press in India, you will see that the first newspaper which was started was the Bengal Gazette or the Calcutta General Advertiser, and was started by James Augustus Hickey. Very important name, and therefore it was also called Hickey's Gazette. So this name, this English name is very, very important. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, next you can see here construction of railway in the colonial India. So who was the person who was responsible for construction of railways in colonial India? So we all know, if you see this Lord Dalhousie's contribution, you will see here railways minute 1853, laying down the first railway line connecting Bombay with Thane in 1853, and then telegraph also during the Lord Dalhousie. Therefore Lord Dalhousie is also called, okay, modern India, contribution for modern India. He modernized the India through railways and telegraphs. Okay, so this is also a UPSC mains question. I think 2013 mains question, PYQ mains question, Dalhousie railways. You see, so this means what? UPSC has been integrating the PYQs, not just repeating it, I would say. So this construction of railways was asked in the mains examination 2013. Okay, that means I cleared in 2013. I think there was one question on Lord Dalhousie and his contribution for the railways. You can go and check the question that year. Okay, so my point is a larger point here, that how you have to prepare. So this is what? This is layer 3. Layer 1 is what? The question which has been asked. So I should know everything about the question. So I should know everything about Alexander Ree, A.H. Longhurst, Robert Sewell, James Burgess. I should know little bit more about these names, because these names UPSC has asked. Okay, so they may be associated with excavation of some important sites. Okay, we must know about them. That is the layer 1. That is the layer 1 of study. And I should also know the archaeological excavation which started during the British period. Okay, starting from many things. Okay, Britishers helped us to find out. Okay, like for example, the stupas, the Indus Valley civilization sites. Okay, what is a layer 2 study? Layer 2 study is that wherever some British names are together given, okay, in the NCERT, like for example, I just showed you here. You see in the NCERT 3-4 names are written, that these were interested in the studying of Indian history, Indian literature, Indian culture. Okay, they were the Orientalism. Okay, so This three names, they can form one question. Or another place, when I was going through the NCRTs, I found out this. Okay, Englishman who became the president of the Indian National Congress. Like this, there can be other aspects also. For example, the traders who came to India, names of the famous traders who came to India, or the first few foreigners to come to India, for example, Portuguese, or the Dutchmen, or the Englishmen who came to India. They can give you the names. They can give you match the following. The point here is that the PYQs should be used for these kind of analysis. If you are not doing this kind of analysis, then just solving this PYQ is not going to help you. And if you are solving this at the year end, then again it is not going to help you, because if you study these PYQs while you are reading history, then when you come across this passage, you will, okay, your mind will start working. Like similar kind of questions have come where they gave the names of few, okay, Englishmen, and they asked why are these Englishmen, where, or what are these Englishmen associated with in the British India, what are these Englishmen associated with? Okay, then only your mind will start clicking. Otherwise, your mind will not click. Okay, so if you are reading this chapter without knowing this kind of question can come, then you may bypass this. You may just forget this. But if you know, okay, these type of question can be framed, then you are active. That's called active reading. So guys, if you like this analysis, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 analysis of the PYQ, and if you want me to continue this analysis, please do like the video and please do share your comments. Okay guys, I am here to help you to crack the prelims examination. Guys, one more video I made yesterday, I have uploaded it. Please do watch it, how I was able to predict more than 50 questions in last year prelims. Guys, prelims is very crucial stage of your exam. Most of the aspirants, they fail in the prelims only. I know many aspirants who went on to get a very good rank. They became IAS, IPS, but initial years, 2-3 years, they wasted just because they could not clear the prelims exam. So guys, if you want to save your energy, save your time, then you have to crack the prelims exam. There is no way out. And to crack the prelims exam, you need to study in the right manner, like the manner in which I have explained you. You have to integrate the PYQs in your preparation, the manner in which I have showed you. And I'm going to make such more videos. If you think that this is going to help you in your prelims preparation, I would love to do that. So please do share your comments. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care.